Well, hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. I'm Corny Swiss, and today I'm driving around in an arcade battle on Cuban. My lineup is a M4 Sherman, an M24 Chaffee, and an M4A1 Sherman. And I guess before we get started, I really wanted to do a simulator battle, but just schoolwork has been keeping me on the grind. So I haven't really been able to play when I want to, and sometimes I just need to jump into games just to get some wins, get those first wins and things like that. So this was a result of just a quick few minutes I had in between, labs and all kinds of stuff to jump on and play a few games because, this is a very busy week. Last week was busy, and this week is by extension busy. Next week won't be as busy, so hopefully during the afternoon and maybe tomorrow I'll be able to really jump on, during sort of peak hours and get some realistic and simulator clips and spice it up a little bit. But arcade is really fun. I do enjoy arcade. I enjoy simulator, I enjoy realistic, I enjoy arcade. They're all really cool. And I guess arcade is kind of appropriate because recently on Reddit they posted an in development thing. Ooh, it's cold up here. That spoke about changes to the arcade game mechanics, namely to bombers. Now bombs will detonate 10 seconds after drop, or I imagine it's 10 seconds after drop or impact on ground, whichever one. Well, not whichever one comes first, but if 10 seconds elapses, it'll explode on impact. And which is an interesting change. And also little markers are going to show up on the ground where the bombs are coming in, which to me is good because arcade tank battles is about tanks. It's not really about planes or your ability in a randomly selected bomber to bomb, tanks in arcade. So I like the idea of making it harder for bombers to score kills, and this battle helped me. Well, in this game you'll see a situation that solidifies my opinion about that. And I don't have any problem with win harder mechanics. For example, kill streaks. Kill streaks in Call of Duty, they're fine. I mean, you should reward players for doing really well. I think that's part of what makes these games more competitive. But it is kind of ridiculous when a TU, whatever that is, the Russian dive bomber comes in and annihilates an entire team, or a year two just obliterates someone, or even a B-17 or any of the bombers just obliterates a team that's trying to win an objective. And here you're going to see me make a very dumb maneuver. Yeah, you shouldn't back the ass of your tank up in front of a gun that's literally can only point right there. And now I'm side on. It's not good. I think even if I had been able to even if I hadn't made that mistake, I think I was cooked anyway. But I certainly could have put up a better fight, I think. But time to jump into the M4A1. Something I do like about arcade is that they limited it to 3 spawns. It means that people with 10 spots in their lineup can't just take 10 machines, because eventually, I mean, if let's say you're in a platoon of 3 people and you have 10 garage slots each, that's 30 machines. Now granted, they all won't be very good machines, but that's 30 machines, which could be significant in the course of a battle, but that's another discussion. Jumping into the M4A1, what's currently happening is we own the cap zones are even. We own the northern cap, they own the southern cap, so B and C respectively. The enemy are starting to cap A. Now A is going to be a serious point of contention, and that's where I'm going to make a beeline right here. I'm going to try and get over this hill. Lucky that the Sherman has such good engine power, because that's a slope right there. In all the reviews that talk about, maximum inclination, it's kind of just like a, just a stat. Just take it for what it is. It doesn't matter. Right there, it kind of mattered. We got a Chaffee downrange. He's going to get lit up by someone. I got a shot into him, lit him up with a machine gun. I'm gonna get up here and start trying to rain some good news on these guys down here. But oh, we're taking hits, so I'm gonna drop down into the lower ground. Because being on high ground is not the advantage of high ground is you can shoot at people. You can see them all. The disadvantage is if you can see them, they can see you. And I find a lot of times high ground in War Thunder, especially when you have to sit on top of the hill because you don't necessarily have the gun depression or the hull armor to do so, yeah, you're just making yourself a huge target. Nope, we're coming up along to the cap, and there's all kinds of enemy tanks around over here. Took a hit from the KV-1 ZIS-5 over there. And we're just going to start trying to plant shells into everything that's moving. AI's got to go. Everything's got to go if we want to push out this cap circle. KV-1, nice penetration right through his gun mail, which was odd. Trying to line up another shot. Something the Shermans are very, very good at is the rate of fire. Back up a little bit to put a shot. Oh, bomb, get going, you fool. And when I heard that bomb coming in, I was just, a buddy of mine was sitting next to me, and I was just like, I'm dead. And he's like, what, why are you dead? And because I was playing in a headset, so he couldn't hear. I was like, bomb incoming. He's like, run. So I ran. And you notice we have a bunch of tanks here. We're going to take A aggressively. There's just one stubborn tank in there, so we're going to have to dig him out. And I actually was very surprised. I knew there would be someone there. And this is another interesting thing about tanks in general. He is ass to me. What does that mean? It means his engine is going to take a good bit of the impact from the shell. The engine actually is kind of like armor here. Now it is on fire, so that is a real issue for him. But these shells aren't going to kill him. It's going to be that T-34 there, whichever variant it was, 3457, I guess. And I don't know how that shot connected. I thought that was going to skip off the top of his tank, but and there you go, the Tu-2S. I think he just killed 1 billion of our tanks. Approximately 1 billion tanks, and he still has bombs. That was probably only 1 or maybe 2 bombs that he dropped on us. So that basically screwed up our whole advance onto A, which is why I'm pretty glad that they're going to be changing bombers. I started the video kind of talking about that, but situations like that, there was zero opportunity for us to escape or get away or anything like that. And that single bomb run, I feel like, is going to, in my opinion, determines this battle. It's going to be very difficult for us to come back if we even can. And the enemy now are able to move forward with impunity because we just don't have anyone else over there or in good positions, because all of our guys who were advancing into the cap just got obliterated. So I am glad that they're changing how the bomber mechanics work. I think the bomber mechanic and the fighter bomber, they should be in arcade. War Thunder is all about the combined arms aspect. If you take that away from a game mode, then it's not the same. Now it needs to be implemented correctly, obviously, but that's again a different argument to be made. So in arcade, I think it has a place, but the key thing is it can't be a dominant force. It can't single-handedly win games, I feel like. That's got to be, the tanks. Tanks have to win games. This is a tank battle. So I think the addition of, markers to say where the bombs are coming from, and this is pretty cool, right? Get wrecked. It's power slide. Oh, no. Rip. Poor Chaffee. Rip and pepperoni. But I think the ground markers for where bombs are going to hit, and also a timer, it's 10-second timer, is going to be significant. It is going to let quick thinking tanks, or even just quick tanks, get out of the blast radius. Slower tanks are probably going to struggle, but they were kind of done anyway at that point. So this was a really fun game. I really enjoy playing War Thunder. It makes me sad that I can't play War Thunder as much as I want to, simply because of schoolwork. But people have asked me in the past, I think in the Q&A, how do you balance school and video games? And it's a kind of a tricky question because I make these videos and put them on YouTube, and because the channel is something I'm really passionate about doing. But you always got to find the balance. And for me this week, it's been schoolwork. We got snowed out Tuesday, so that was nice. But anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Corny Swiss, and I'll see you next time.